Tottenham can't beat Burnley? You gonna beat City and can't beat Burnley? Come on. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Giving you guys some more free sports picks today. That's right, we're on the Thursday edition here, and I appreciate you guys kicking off your morning with me here. We're still having a good week, even though we got tripped up a little bit yesterday. We're still having a good week. Let's talk about how yesterday went down, and then let's get some bets in for today's action. Yesterday was kind of a so-so day. We went 2-2. We only lost 0.18 units, so really just got juiced out. Didn't really lose anything on yesterday's action. What were a couple of those wins, a couple of those losses? Well, how about Manchester United on that double chance and Ajax on that double chance? That was a nice plus money bet for us right there, cashing our dog of the day. Ajax, they won, or they didn't win their game, sorry. They drew 2-2. They were up 1-0, then they were up 2-1. In the end, Benfica gets a late goal, but they hold on for the 2-2 draw, so that was good right there. Manchester United also was able to get their double chance, winning or drawing 1-1. Dramatic. They look terrible. They look so bad. I mean, Atletico Madrid also looked bad. They got a goal in the first couple minutes. Manchester United controlled a corner. Fred kind of overran his marker and let the guy swing the ball back in, and João Felix gets a wide open header and actually does really good work with it. It was a nice header, but let's go Madrid didn't do anything. Manchester United didn't do anything. They looked absolutely terrible. They only got their goal. We were really lucky that they scored because Bruno played a ball to Elanga and the defender just slips and falls. And instead of the pass then being intercepted, it then eventually gets to Elanga due to the defenders falling. And then, he's got it's a hell of a finish right there to be able to beat that keeper. That's a top keeper right there in all of Europe. That's just a really good keeper there in a block. But yeah, good finish right there. So Manchester United is able to squeak out a 1-1 draw. Obviously, I'm a supporter. Everybody knows I love Manchester United. So great goal, cashed our bet. Needed that goal obviously to stay alive in Champions League and really set us up for that return leg at Old Trafford in a couple weeks. But boy, that team just does not look good. Absolutely does not look good. Thankfully, they went up a team that looked worse, and that's why we made the bet. We told you guys that Let's Go looks terrible. I didn't make that bet because how great Manchester United's been playing. Made that bet because how poor Atletico's been playing and just didn't see United losing. So got a cash right there. Thankfully, they ended up coming through for us. Our other win was Ajax, team total over 1.5. That one cashed again. They got 2 goals, so nice easy cash right there. The trip ups of the day was the same game parlay. Same game parlays are tough. Everybody knows they're really tough. We fell short right there as Ajax didn't get enough corners, didn't come in here close to getting enough corners. And then obviously the other loss of the day was Tottenham, which is obviously the frustrating one of the day, the head scratcher of the day. And I don't do a lot of money lines. You guys have been following me now for however long you've been following me. I just don't do a lot of soccer money lines, but they beat City. They beat City, and then they go out and lose to Burnley. Now, I'm glad they lost to Burnley because we've been cashing Burnley every single season. They're probably one of my most profitable teams if I went back and look at my spreadsheet. We always have a good pulse on what Burnley is going to, generally speaking, what they're going to do. So, like that they got the 3 points because that enhances their chance to stay in the Premier League, and obviously that enhances our chances of making money. But I don't know how you beat City and then turn up that performance against Burnley and can't get the job done. That's poor. That's poor. Spurs are in trouble. They're in a terrible slide. Lost 4 of the last 5 games. They're in a mess right now, an absolute mess right now. Disappointing performance. Unfortunate that happened. So again, we go 2-2 on the day and down 0.18 units, but still good on the week. Plus 7.23 units on the week. And as you can see right there, we made some more arbitrage money. We turned our $29.84 into $30.34. And don't sit there and say that's only 50 cents because that's after the completion of a day. Hell, we spent arbitrage money, giving ourselves free rolls. So after spending money, making money, we ended up making 50 cents, and now we're up over $30 total there in arbitrage. I love those arbitrage bets, guys. Even the ones that make you $2. Well, then they give you a nice free roll. They add excitement to your day, being able to give yourself $1 or $2 free roll. Obviously I hit that correct score parlay the other day at 41-1. And obviously I used a free roll of money, and that added a lot of excitement. You guys should have seen how much I was sweating Tuesday afternoon on that correct score parlay. That was so much damn fun. So hopefully you guys are doing the arbitrage bets with me along with these regular bets as well. Speaking of regular bets, let's go ahead and get some bets in for today. And like Monday, when we kind of threw things on the wall to see what stick, it kind of had the similar feel today. I know we get the NBA back. We'll talk about the NBA here in a second. But from a soccer perspective, I always find the second legs tough. And if you've been following me long enough, you knew that I always feel that way. And if you're a new follower, that's how I feel. Second legs are always tough because the motivation of the club changes what they're desire changes because they don't particularly need, or they need a particular outcome, or they only need to do this. Hate second legs. That being said, I did find us some soccer bets. All three of these are at plus money. So you guys know what plus money bets mean. You don't have all the advantages. You have enough advantages to feel comfortable making a bet, but maybe you don't have all the advantages to feel really good as obviously a minus whatever bet. But I like these. So 3 plus money bets. We'll hope we get these suckers to cash and keep adding to our bankroll today. The first one, let's go ahead and go to the Premier League. Let's do Janet Xhaka to be carded at plus 185 over at FanDuel. Love this look. For whatever reason, these two teams aren't like card heavy, but boy, when these two teams get together in a head-to-head, they get card heavy. The last 4 head-to-heads have had games of 7 cards, 7 cards, 7 cards, and 6 cards. And in 3 of those 4, Xhaka received the card in 3 of those 4. So love that. He's the guy in the middle of the pitch. The guy in the middle of the pitch absorbs a lot of contact, absorbs a lot of fouls. They get carded. This guy's already been carded 6 times on the season and only a handful of 12 appearances. That's 50% of the time this guy's getting a card shown by the assistant referee. So love how these two teams get after it. For whatever reason, the head-to-head is dirty. You get these teams out of the head-to-head, they're not dirty, but for whatever reason, get these two clubs together. It's probably because they're always around each other in the same standings, right? They're generally, 5 through 8 in the table. So they're obviously, rivals, so to speak, because they're always competing for Europa League, maybe competing for Champions League, but more competing for Europa League. So I think that adds to why this one's kind of feisty, while it's cagey, why there's cards, and there's no better guy to go ahead and pick up a card than Granit Xhaka. So we'll go ahead and bet him at plus 185 over FanDuel. You can see right there the other 2 soccer bets. We're going to go ahead and go to the Europa League. We're going to do Lazio, Porto. Both teams are scoring over 2.5 at plus 120 up over at FanDuel. Look, this one cashed in the first fixture. Think it'll cash here. It was a good 2-1 game there at Porto in Portugal last week, and I think with the now moving to Italy, I think you'll get much more of the same. 2 clubs are just going to go after it. I think they'll both score, and I think over the course of 90 minutes, one of them will find the back of the net for a potential winner. Maybe they'll have 4 or 5 goals. I'm not sure, but just with how the first leg played out, I liked it being a similar outcome in terms of a similar bet. So we'll do both teams to score at over 2.5 at plus 120. Then I'm going right back to Braga and Sheriff. I'm doing both teams to score at plus 130 at FanDuel right now. I love everything about this. Like, Braga is the better team. I mean, in terms of what the odds makers say. You guys remember last time we backed Sheriff in an underdog role. Braga is the better team. Now they're coming home. They had 12 shots in the reverse leg last week. Now you're coming home. I love their ability to get a goal at home, fighting for their Europa League lives. They got nothing to lose, so they're going to be going for it right at this point. It doesn't matter if you go home 2-0 or 5-0. You're going to go for it at this point, being down 2-0. So love Braga scoring at home, especially with how the first leg played out, with how everybody thinks they're the better team. They're the favorite, so to speak. And then Sheriff, I love getting hit on the counter, or them hitting Braga on the counter, right? They're going to have to absorb some pressure in this game because Braga's going to be coming for them down 2-0 in this deficit. So Sheriff is going to have to absorb some pressure. And I think in absorbing pressure, they'll be able to hit Braga on the counter. And I think more likely or not, that's how they get a goal. But they also got 2 goals in the reverse fixture, so they can get it in open play if it doesn't come down to a counter. So I like Braga, I like Sheriff, and I like both teams to score in that fixture. And we'll bet that one accordingly at plus 130. So that'll do it for soccer today. 3 soccer bets, 3 at plus money. Let's get some great cashes today, fellas. All right, let's change the discussion here for NBA. And I've only got 1 NBA bet. And if you were around me this time last year, I got my ass handed to me post All-Star break. And it wasn't just me. I don't want to call out the people that also got their ass handed to them. But if you were sports betting last year and following other people on Twitter, you know the guys I'm talking about. You know the guys that put out player props on Twitter. And you know that everybody just got their ass handed to them. You're talking about blowouts happening in the second half of the season. They are way more common in the second half of the season. These players and teams just start sandbagging. They don't care. They're looking for the summer vacation. They know they're not making the playoffs. I mean, blowouts were just a regular thing, where those wrecking full game over-unders, player props. It was just an absolute bloodbath, and I'll admit it. You guys were around here last year. I got my ass kicked. The only thing that saved me was soccer. Soccer kept me afloat, and we were just waiting for baseball to start. And that's what it was. And then we crushed baseball like we do every season. So I'm not going to repeat last season. I looked back at my spreadsheet and my volume got too high. There were obviously bets I liked, but just due to the goofiness of the second half of the NBA season, again, blowouts, what have you, bets that are good on paper just don't end up panning out for whatever reason. So I'm going to take it slow. I am going to take it slow here in the NBA and just build on maybe one bet, two bets. That being said, if there were two bets today I liked, I would have ended up betting them too. It just so happens you give the sportsbooks a week to set these lines, because remember, there was no NBA games for a whole week. These lines came out like bang on. There's one that I thought was a big enough discrepancy that I'll go ahead and bet it, but the other ones are like bang on. And you saw this last season. You saw the numbers just get tighter, just get that much sharper, and it's a little bit harder to turn a profit in the NBA the second half. But I think we'll turn a profit tonight. We've got one bet for you guys. We're going to go ahead and do Cavaliers Pistons over 208 points, and you can get that at -110 over DraftKings. I got this one scored at 213. I do think both of these teams will get over 100 points. Cavs obviously getting more points. They're the favorite team. They're the better team. Got better players. So I like this one over 208 though. Again, I've got it scored at 213. So we'll bet over 208 points at Cavaliers Pistons, and obviously there is an option there for a push and to get our wager back if it falls on 208. Otherwise, guys, again, the other games are absolutely just bang on in terms of numbers. So the only thing we'll add to this is we'll add a hockey bet, because of course it's Thursday, so we'll get the hockey squirrel to come on here and give us another hockey bet. He's coming off a winner on Tuesday. We took over 5.5 goals in the Sharks versus Ducks game. There were 7 goals in that one. So again, we got a cash. So we'll see what the hockey squirrel gives us later on this afternoon. Otherwise, we'll roll with the over there in the basketball, and then we have the 3 soccer bets as well. All right, guys, go enjoy your Thursday. Come back on tomorrow's show. We've got a weekend slate of soccer bets, and we've got more NASCAR bets as well to roll out, and then the Friday NBA slate. Go enjoy it, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a good one. Thanks for watching till the end. I'm Jason Mattis. Any love you can show by giving me a like, a subscription, or a comment, or even just share this video is very much appreciated. And don't forget to turn on your notifications to increase your chances of locking in the same odds as I talked about today. And check out my other great videos in these corners.